Welcome to Psychology the Daf. We are in Gemara Psachim, Daf Ayin Tes. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the power of smell on memory. What is it about smell that seems to have an incredible ability to evoke memories and sensations? We've all experienced it. You smell a certain scent and it reminds you of something way back from your childhood, evokes even powerful feelings, far more than looking at a photograph or hearing somebody else's account of something. What is it about the sense of smell that does that? And we'll come back to that in a minute. Let's talk about what's on our Gemara. On Amud Aleph, in this Gemara, it is mentioned that aspects of a korban are a reach nichoach. They're described in the Torah as a pleasant odor to Hashem. What is this pleasant odor? What does it mean? What, in fact, does a korban represent to Hashem? Now, we could say that the Torah is trying to use the most sublime scent. In other words, we have an idea that that in some way we're offering something to God, so instead of it becoming something like food, which is very physical, the Torah is using, by way of metaphor, one of the most sublime, hard to feel, hard to detect, yet real kinds of material, so that there's an odor wafting up to Hashem. But it's not really an odor, it's not really a scent, it's not really pleasant smelling. It's more like trying to say that Hashem gets a benefit or gets a pleasure in some way from the korban, and they're just using the most sublime of material items one can offer as the particles ascend up to the heaven from the burning of the korban. It's a pleasant odor to Hashem. But I would like to add a neuroscientific pshat, because we did mention before this idea that for some reason odors have the power of evoking incredibly strong associations of memory and feelings. And in fact, recent advances in neuroscience show this to be true inside the brain structure itself. While every other sense goes through the thalamus is like a switchboard or processor of the brain, while every other sense goes through the thalamus, the olfactory bulbs have a direct line and a direct connection straight to the amygdala, which is the seat of emotions. And so what we find over here is that the power of scent somehow is a primary way that bypasses every type of structure and process within the brain, cutting right to the point. And perhaps the Torah's reference that korbanos are reach nichoach is saying that korbanos, and of course the modern day equivalent, prayer, has a way of cutting to the heart of the matter and reaching Hashem and making him, we'll say with quotation marks around it, feel compassion and feel for us in a way much more direct than any other type of system, and overcoming every other kind of material barrier.